Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Let's jump into the next zodiac sign reading. Already did Virgo. We'll do a quick reading for Scorpio, I think. People and placements. Let's dive into your energy. Scorpio, let's cut the crap. Let's cut the crap, shall we, Scorpio? Yeah, somebody was hiding something, wasn't communicating clearly in the past, or there was a lack of understanding in the past. Secrets, yeah, exactly. Knight of Swords and wasn't communicating, not properly, that's for sure. Knight of Swords in the reverse, it was. So somebody needs to move out of some kind of conflict towards peace. Sagittarius energy here, moving to calmer waters, leaving things behind, leaving the shit show behind. Really coming out of any self-imposed restrictions with the Eight of Swords reversed. Letting go of any pain with the Ten of Swords in the reverse, completely initiating a death rebirth energy. So Scorpios, truth be told, exactly. Anything else? And this will open the gateway. Somebody might need to be authentic. They could have like masqueraded or was like very much lying about something. They might need to be wise. This could be about love or just self-love or tell me more. Orphan. They could feel like they're alone or something like that. Scorpio, people in placements. This might be like a puzzle. This person could like puzzles. There's something about planting the seed for action as you leave something behind. This will actually give you the impetus to move forward, the impetus. But yeah, there's something about bringing stability, maybe after a period of a lack of stability with greater alchemization. And there's some kind of higher self-activation, which allows you to leave something behind with the Six of Swords and Temperance and move into this stability, alchemizing something even through the chaos. This could be the masculine or just confirmation that we're speaking about a masculine, and they need to move out of control tactics and into harmony. So let's see your advice, Scorpio people in placements. What's the advice actions from the highest timeline? Justice, establishing balance. Tell me more. Scorpio's advice. Okay, somebody was very reluctant to express their emotions in the past, and this was causing issues. Maybe just because they had no sense of happiness in general, so they didn't know how to convey it or express it or emote it. But there's something about reciprocity here, big change in work or career, or something about like equal reciprocity dynamics here or service to others. Somebody who was in a lot of pain, they might have had to take some time out. They have to release something. Somebody who's very impulsive here, very immature as well, like very insecure. King of Cups in the reverse, Strength in the reverse, Ace of Wands in the reverse. It's like, yeah, if you want to move clearly, you have to be clear, right, within yourself. So anything else for Scorpios? The Queen of Swords energy here has cut off all the bullshit. This could be a feminine air sign or somebody with air sign placements moving towards a new beginning, or this could be about advocating truth that initiates a new beginning. Could also be something about an apology or an emotional expression with the Page of Cups. Communication, Knight of Swords. So let's get you a piece of advice for Scorpio's highest timeline. The most beneficial ancestors and spirit team. North Star, following your North Node. Usually the North Node is something very unfamiliar for us, but it leads to good karma and results in good karma. But definitely check out your North Node placement if you don't know it. Let's get you a Kali card. I am the embodiment of what I seek, walking with purpose while focused on my path. This could be in love or just happiness, your soul, your connection. This could be about communication, maybe about love or self-love, or just like your mindset about that, communicating to yourself. But let's see. It says having purpose, focus, and knowing yourself, reorientation. Polaris, more commonly known as the North Star, is unlike any other in the night sky. While most stars appear to change their position as the Earth spins, in the northern hemisphere, the North Star always guides your north and gives you a way to orient your direction when you feel lost. The southern, that's interesting. You might have Capricorn placements because we were talking about I could be dealing with a Capricorn or Capricorn placement heavy individual or this could be about, Capricorn energy in general. It's about boundaries, it's about maturity, right? Because we were talking about something about a sea there. So what else does it say? The southern, I'm hearing the song A Drop in the Ocean, a change in the weather. I was hoping and praying we might end up together. So maybe that song's relevant. The southern hemisphere counterpart to the North Star is considered Polaris Australis, also known as Sigma Octantis, and faces south. This card encourages you to find your own North Star and personal values, beliefs, and purpose so that you can come back to when you're lost your way. There might be that might be a cause you feel deeply moved by, the love of your family, a goal you wish to achieve, or a mantra you've chosen to live your life by. However, all the ways to stay centered and intentional, knowing yourself, is perhaps the most important reason of all. Exactly, the mask, right? You may need to detach from your situation or people around you, the hermit, right? right? We saw that to reconnect with the center of your sky, yourself. So definitely check out your North Node. If you don't know what it is, check out AstroSeek's website, enter in your birth data information. It's usually, so enter it in there. You'll see which house it's in. You'll see which zodiac sign placements it's in, and learn about that, right? The South Node is usually the opposite sign of that. It always is. And you have to move away from the South Node, repetitive past life karma, to new endeavors, right? The North Node, to something unfamiliar that leads you to growth and expansion and good karma. Distractions have caused you to blow off course, but there is still plenty of time to make necessary adjustments. Additionally, consider reducing your workload by focusing on one or very few tasks or items. So you might be spreading your energy between too many things. I think I was saying that in Capricorn's reading. Attempting to go in too many directions causes further confusion and doubt. So really focus on what your priorities are, right? If you're unsure of which option to choose, ask yourself which path best fits your ideal outcome. This could also be about being guided by your instincts, but yeah, definitely see the bigger perspective. This could be about family or emotions, but let's move on for Scorpio. Any last messages from the Kali deck? Wow. So Pluto is in Aquarius for you guys for the next 20 years. It is your ruling planet, so there could be a lot of like eureka moments, Aquarius energies, right? Like sudden electric moments, right, of understanding. It says, she is fierce divine justice and unyielding resolution in favor of the light. She has every method and means necessary to ensure success for the soul. She is the unexpected victory arising at the very moment when all seems lost. So it's like I'm seeing somebody like turn a ship around really quickly, like maybe the movie Sinbad is relevant, transforming tragedy into triumph. She is a spiritual sun or light, or ever radiant reminder that from the darkest night a new dawn always arises. Dare to trust more in your faith than fear. For every problem that arises, there are many more divine solutions unfolding even now. In the Hindu cosmology in which Kali Ma is known, life is sustained through the continual balancing and interaction between light and dark. Of that, we were talking about that in Capricorn's reading a bit. Of that which promotes life and that which destroys it, right? We need the ability, with every ending is automatically a new beginning. In one story of Kali's birth, she erupts in a frenzy of divine wrath, catapulted out of the awakened third eye of the golden warrior goddess Durga straight into the battlefield to arrest the rising power of evil forces. The battlefield that triggers Kali's emergence is the setting of the ancient war between the light and the dark. This war takes place in our world daily and is often in our own minds and hearts, right? It's in different realms and dimensions, but also very physical. It is a war of choice where our free will decides which qualities are allowed to become stronger in our lives, right? I was listening to a near-death experience, and she was saying that God said that if it's not bringing you happiness, it's not of the light and it's not of God. Sorry, not to say that we judge things that don't bring us happiness, but what are you investing in? It is a war of choice where our free will decides which qualities are allowed to become stronger in our lives. Do we choose love or hate, trust or doubt, faith or fear? When we want to choose the higher path, we'll find it difficult to avoid being overcome by the lower nature or negativities around us. So you need to inhale golden white light from heaven, exhale that energy into your auric field, pray for your guardian angels to surround you, whatever angels you feel drawn to. The divine beings of love manifest their presence to strengthen the light. In Kali's case, she absorbs the darkness, thereby freeing us from potentially overwhelming, undermining effects. Kali's birth in the battlefield has meaning. Durga, the unconquerable goddess of light, with the weapons of every divine being at her disposal, had encountered a particularly virulent negative being. Whenever a drop of his blood touched the earth, he multiplied, becoming more powerful. When Durga realized the weapon greater than all others was required to beat him, she summoned her energy and birthed Kali from her third eye. Kali is the weapon of the light and the expression of love's protective will. So Kali leapt forth, gobbling up every emanation of the demon and every drop of blood before it could touch the earth, ending the cycle of terror. Kali is the wrath of the goddess of light, divine fury in action. She not only strengthens the workings of goodness in our lives, but reverses negativity's grip. So you might need to utilize Kali, Morgan, Sekhmet, or work with them, not utilize them, but work with them. Have respect, reverence, and brings it to an abrupt halt. The healing consequences of this intervention can result in dramatic changes. Situations that obstruct us, even without us fully realizing it, give way. So just praying for protection, for example, from your angels, you'll see what falls out of your life. And through that process, an easier and more graceful path unexpectedly opens up. When the oracle arises, I'm seeing something about hot peppers. You could be eating hot peppers, so that could be advised. When this oracle, actually, I was making this great. Hot peppers are great. I love cooking with them too. When this oracle arises in a reading, unexpected ease and grace are due to manifest. Know that the fruition of your soul shall be unstoppable. Whatever divine protection is necessary to secure fulfillment shall spontaneously arise. The symbolism of new demons popping up from drops of blood hitting the earth is representation of the duplicity and resistance of negativity. It is always seeking new ways to compel the mind towards judgment, fear, anger, and hate. So it takes you away from your soul. It makes you act without any soul. The ego it makes you very low vibes, so you're very easily overcome by negative entities. The ego continually seeks new ways to inflate itself, place itself above or below others, which is all insecurity, right? To justify itself, to congratulate itself, to separate and distinguish itself as either superior and inferior, right? This is when you lack self-love, when you lack a connection to all that is. The workings of the ego promise so much, but deliver nothing but suffering. The Kali needs to manifest for the pestilent misery of the ego to be overcome, right? That's Ganesha, right? Ganesh. He cuts his head off, right? So it's the south node, and the south node and then the north node represent have a lot of themes to do with decapitation, because when we split things apart, which the south node and the north node are, we remove the head, we remove the thing that's not right or whatever, so that we can, have spiritual, our soul. Then, out of the luminous beauty of Durga, the wrathful ferocity of the divine feminine warrior Kalima awakens and acts. The oracle guides you to allow divine intervention to support you during battles taking place in your life. So you might need to actually call on divine intervention and your mind. And it's like as soon as you call on it, everything gets better. Like a lot of the souls that are trapped in lower frequencies, in hell, so to speak, in purgatory, it's because they're not asking for divine intervention. They're not reaching for it. If you feel that darkness gains for higher ground and your ability to trust in the face of the unknown is being challenged, fear not. Durga Kalika arises when we have an unusually difficult challenge and the ways we usually support ourselves are insufficient, so there is an up-leveling, right? Growing in strength to deal with these circumstances effectively. We need to be open to inspiration and willing to adapt so that the light within is protected and the pathway ahead continues to unfold without unnecessary future difficulties, even if it takes us beyond our usual methods of operation. It is a portent of unexpected success. Something about board games. Even when somebody's gaming, somebody likes games or something, thinks it's a joke. Even when everything appears to be going against you, you can trust the tide of the most virulent negativity shall turn swiftly and decidedly as soon as you allow it, right? So let's continue. Scorpio, let's get you some juicy messages from your highest teams of love and light guardians and guides and angels from the highest timeline. What does it say? Purnavasu. Somebody here could have Purnavasu in their chart. I believe that's a subset of Cancer. You can check out your nakshatras on AstroSeek's website, AstroSeek's Ideal Vedic Birth Chart. Anyways, and you can find out themes that might be playing out in your life, right, from those nakshatras. Anything else from Scorpio? Claire Nakti makes great videos on that, so. Anyways, know that you will be taken care of. Sit pretty and receive. So this could be as you're leaving something behind. It says, don't follow the pulse of the matrix, follow your beat. Be careful of impulses, because the matrix, this is all lies, illusions, fears that attempt to make you do certain actions, right? So when you take a moment, you're like, why am I acting out of a place of fear? Always act out of a place of faith. So that's how you're protected. They aim to drain your energy and exhaust you. So it was kind of reversed. So maybe this is not working, or they're not trying to do that. Maybe you thought they were, I don't know. Maybe it's upright. Keep strong boundaries. They want your ideas. You are a game changer archetype. So yeah, like shifting the game entirely. It's kind of giving like flipping the script over, flipping the board over. I'm seeing the movie Maxine, not giving your power away anymore. Becoming the boss of your own life. I mean, she really had to become the boss in that movie. They're not who you think they are. So maybe you've misjudged someone, or you casted rose-colored glasses. It says, men want kids to humble women, so be careful as well, right? This person could try to keep you in their life just by knocking you up or something like that. So I'm going to end it here. Thanks for being here. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal through the Buy Me a Coffee link. We'll leave a tip through there. And maybe we'll get you a last few messages. Oh, that one hit me right in the eyelid. Let's see. It says, not letting anything or anyone hold you back. God and you. So when you have a strong connection to God, nothing can hold you back, because nothing is impossible with God. So good luck. Take care.